Alright guys, it is that time again, because we have got Borderlands 4 coming out at the end of this year, and we've got a few things to talk about because Bungie actually might finally have some competition. And for those of you out there that say, hang on, Brad, Warframe's out there. Warframe, I don't know how many times I have to say this, Warframe is nothing like Destiny. Oh my god, they're just nothing like Destiny. I'll let these clips speak for themselves. Literally looks nothing like Destiny at all. And then you've got Borderlands. Anyway, with that very quick debate out of the way, because it's just visually factual, I genuinely believe that Bungie have a few things that they need to take into consideration, because we have a lot of Destiny content on the way, right? We've got Edge of Fate, we've got Ashes and Iron, we've got Renegades, there's a whole load of Destiny stuff on the way. However, as much as like we've got these bits of Destiny coming to us in the future, we don't actually know how big these things are. We don't know what impact this is actually going to have on us as Destiny players, right? Whereas Borderlands 4, we're not just talking about a little bite-sized DLC, we're talking about a whole brand new game, which is going to be huge, and it's going to bring new things, new and exciting things, especially for Borderlands players. And yeah, I think Bungie have just got a couple things that they should take into consideration, because Borderlands is looking a lot like Destiny. You can now spawn your, I'm going to call them sparrows. I don't know what the actual name is in Borderlands, but you can spawn the equivalent of what a sparrow is in Destiny, just anywhere you like in the open world now. The map for Borderlands is said to be larger than GTA 5, larger than Skyrim that I've heard. So those are some pretty big, big areas. Not to mention the area looks beautiful as well. And that's not to say that we don't have beautiful areas in Destiny. Like, we've got the Pale Heart, we've got the Dreaming City. Like, there are beautiful locations in Destiny too. But also what I'm saying is Bungie haven't ever really had real competition. Do you guys remember Outriders? Outriders was the first time I kind of felt like, yeah, Bungie need to be a little bit concerned, but obviously that died very quickly because Outriders was a one and done game. It's not a live service, it wasn't continuously being updated. You play it, you get the loot, and that's it. That game definitely should be running. If that game was still running today, it'd be hugely popular. I'm not even going to bring Warframe into it because Warframe is not anything like Destiny whatsoever. And the next thing is Borderlands. Borderlands is so similar to Destiny in the respect of chasing as much loot as you possibly can, looking as cool as you can, and being as badass as you possibly can. The game is just ultimately such a fun experience, and when you get a legendary drop in Borderlands 4 now, because they're much more rare, it's so much more exciting. If you guys haven't seen my exotic video where I talk about engrams, where I say that actually the player base is the problem as to why we've kind of lost that feeling when it comes to, you know, exotic engrams and things like that, definitely go and check that out, because the guys at Borderlands literally address this in their gameplay preview. They literally say, you know what guys, we dialed up the loot for legendaries, the equivalent of exotics, quite a lot in Borderlands 3, where we were just handing them out like candy, which is what Bungie do in Destiny 2 right now. And then they went on to say, we're dialing that back quite a bit because we want exotics, we want legendaries to feel, wow, oh my god, I got this. Oh, holy shit, I just got that to drop. Like, it has to give you that feeling as a player, right? So they've dialed it right back down. And because they've dialed it right back down, the actual potency of the legendary weapon is just absolutely insane now in Borderlands 4 as well. So when you get that legendary drop in Borderlands 4, you are just going to immediately get that, oh shit, I got a legendary feeling. Whereas we don't get that anymore in Destiny 2. And I do feel like it's because we spoon feed the community quite a lot in Destiny 2. But again, go and check that video out if you haven't watched that already. So yeah, aside from loot, you've also got open world gameplay. You can literally travel to all, let's just call them biomes in Destiny 2, right? You've got the Europa biome, you've got the Pale Heart biome, you've got the EDZ biome. Obviously, biome is a kind of small way of putting it. They are quite large areas. However, you're just spawning into all of these little incremental locations, right? And apparently that's even going away when the next expansion comes out, the Edge of Fate, because apparently on the director it's not even going to be updating with Kepler on the actual destination, which is going to be really weird to get used to. But with Borderlands, it's a huge open world area that you can do so many things, and you can glide, you can double jump, you can get on your sparrow, you can grapple now as well. I think being able to grapple onto objects and throw them out, it gives me kind of Doom vibes at the same time. So Borderlands are doing a lot of things correctly, and not to mention the actual graphics. The graphics of Borderlands 4 are such a huge improvement from Borderlands 3. You can just see the visual fidelity straight away the moment you have a look at people's gameplay that they're uploading to Twitch and YouTube. I just think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And I guarantee you now, guys, I guarantee you, the moment Borderlands 4 comes out, you are going to see a reduction in the Destiny 2 player base. I don't mean permanently. I obviously don't mean permanently. And of course, when a brand new game comes out, there's going to be a lot less people playing Destiny, obviously. But the way that Destiny goes is whenever they get a spike of players, it's always when they release an expansion, and then it pretty much drops off immediately. Even within the first week is when we see it drop off quite traditionally when it comes to Destiny 2 content. I think people are going to be sticking around with Borderlands for a long time. It's doing a bunch of new stuff, which is different to Borderlands 3, with the vast open world that you don't have to keep on fast traveling to. You can just roam the entire thing. The fact that your mate can be on one side of the map and you can be on the completely other side of the map, I think is absolutely cool as well. The different ranges of sparrows, which are going to be absolutely sick. The different ranges of legendaries, which are going to be absolutely sick. And obviously, they are going to be bringing out future DLC for Borderlands 4 as well, so there's even more content coming in the future to get excited for. The fact that you have 3 different skill trees, which all have 3 completely different branches that you can go off as well. I think Randy actually said on stage that it's larger than Borderlands 2 and 3 put together with the amount of skills that you can invest your time into. Whereas you don't really have that anymore in Destiny. So yeah, I feel like there's just going to be a lot there that grips players. And it's going to be so automatic to just play a game like Borderlands 4 and automatically compare it to a game that's very similar, which is not Warframe, very sorry, Destiny 2. The game that we all know and love. Because you tend to find that the amount of people that shit on Destiny 2 and the amount of people that hate on Destiny 2 always click on Destiny 2 related content. Of course I know that because I get comments on my videos every single day telling me how shit Destiny 2 is, but they click on the videos to watch the Destiny 2 content. So when Borderlands 4 comes out, I'm going to be very interested to see where opinions go and how potent those opinions really are, because there's some really good stuff coming out at the end of this year, and honestly, it's about time Bungie actually had some pretty decent competition, because I feel like it's very easy for Bungie to feel quite relaxed, because there really just is not anything on the market right now, even remotely close to taking Destiny off the map. And here's the thing, I'm a huge Destiny fan. I love Destiny. I love the lore of Destiny. I've been playing this franchise for almost 11 years, and I obviously don't want this game to die. Of course, I want the game to succeed in every way possible. Now, I know that might be burning some people's ears right now because there are people out there that just genuinely don't like Bungie anymore, which is fair enough. They've done a few things in the past which obviously would render people's experiences, right? I totally respect that. However, for the people that just generically want to shit on Bungie just because they want to shit on Bungie, it might hurt their ears to say that I don't want Bungie to fail. Sorry about that. I love the company and I love the games that they make. Brackets, we'll see how Marathon is, close brackets. But at the end of the day, the thing is I feel like Bungie are scared to make these crazy choices and these crazy decisions because they're concerned about if the players don't like it, that's them done. And it does pretty much feel like that sometimes. Obviously, Prismatic was a huge jump for them. Obviously, there was probably some concern at the time when Prismatic came out for the final shape, whether or not players would actually enjoy it. Obviously, it was a huge hit. But on top of that, what made Final Shape successful is the story, the environment. There was so much there that just made Final Shape insane. And it's obvious that Bungie just are never going to replicate that again, or at least for the foreseeable future, because now we're just being fed bite-sized chunks of content, which is pretty much the size of Rise of Iron, which is what they've confirmed. And just being drip-fed these kind of bite-sized pieces of content each week versus an entirely brand new game that is Borderlands 4, which is extremely similar to the type of game that Destiny is. Yeah, I think people are going to fall off a little bit. And it is sad to say. Obviously, I want Destiny to succeed. And I ultimately hope that the success and rise of Borderlands 4 makes Bungie go, you know what, guys, we need our players to come back. We need to do something absolutely insane to bring our players back, because they're playing this game, which is very similar to ours right now, and that's amazing. And obviously, if players want to play other games, it's totally fine. But ultimately, we want returning players, and the fact that they're getting enjoyment so consistently from someone else, what can we do to bring these players back? Because, like I said, there's not really been much on the market recently for Bungie to be overall concerned about their players moving away, because ultimately everyone comes back for these expansions, but it's about retention. How many people are you going to keep playing your game when this expansion comes out? Because, like I said a moment ago, the retention of players typically when an expansion comes out falls off within like the first week. So when Borderlands comes out, I really hope that kind of puts Bungie in a position where they're like, right, we need to step up our game here and actually make people go fucking, wow, get me back into Destiny. Because they need that. We can't just keep accepting the bare minimum. Obviously, I don't know what Edge of Fate is like. There's been some mixed reviews with the people that have a hands-on early experience, and that's fine. Ultimately, I think it's going to be a good time. I'm very excited for the Edge of Fate. I'm very excited to stream Edge of Fate. I'm very excited to consistently record content and show you really amazing stuff in Edge of Fate when it comes out. Of course I'm excited for Edge of Fate. But at the same time, bare minimum is not good enough. For example, in the gameplay reveal trailer for the Edge of Fate, they specifically said that the Matter Spark, the ball that you can turn into electricity, that's their ship, that's their main ship for Edge of Fate. Like, that's their main go-to, wow, this is the main thing that we love so much about Edge of Fate. It's just a ball that you turn into, if I'm just being honest with you. And how crazy are people going to be about consistently turning into a ball and doing just the same mechanic over and over and over in a slightly different way because you're in a different map or something like that. So I'd be very interested to see how consistent they keep that. But ultimately, we need something that goes bang, wow. I'm not expecting final shape level. Obviously, I'm not expecting final shape level. However, I'm not expecting bare minimum either. I want the game to bring me back and go, yeah, you know what? I'm a Destiny player. And even when Borderlands 4 comes out, I'm going to be hyped for Borderlands 4. I'm going to be playing a shit ton of Borderlands 4. But at the same time, when I'm done with Borderlands 4, I want to have that feeling where I'm like, right, now get me back onto Destiny because I've got some really exciting shit to do on that game. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to very quickly make this video and put it together because I ultimately want to get your opinion as well. It's not just about me. There are obviously other people that have been playing Destiny for a very long time. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to throw it back to you guys. Comment down below. What do you think of Destiny 2 versus Borderlands? Do you think Borderlands is going to make Bungie go, hey, we need to step up our game? What do you ultimately think is going to happen? But yeah, guys, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much if you're watching this, and take care.